Operation Persistent Presence. This is the most fascinating thing I have seen in Vegas in a long time. Let's talk about how Metro is cleaning up the Strip. Let's do it right now. What's going on out there, everybody? My name is Steven and I am not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. We're going to talk about how Metro is looking to clean things up on the Strip. And we're going to talk about some stats. And because of the YouTube sensitivity and the PG-13 rating, I have to use a lot of innuendos. So bear with me here. But if you guys like the video at any point, if you guys like the idea of Metro getting down on the Strip and doing a great job and clearing out all the riffraff and making you safer, why don't you subscribe to the channel and throw me a thumbs up like. You guys can also share the video. And yeah, those are great ways to support the channel. If you guys want to support the channel further, you can always head on over to the Facebook group. It's called Not Leaving Las Vegas. It's a Facebook group called Not Leaving Las Vegas. We also have the channel memberships. We have the Patreon, and you'll have your name in the credits, and I'll change those credits this weekend. We also have VegasFaceMask.com. You know, a lot of you guys are going to go to the polls to vote. You're not doing mail-in ballots. Even if you are, walk to your mailbox in one of these deals right here. They're 2 for $25, and there are so many patriotic things on VegasFaceMask.com. No S on the end. But we have to talk about Operation Persistent Presence. So just a side note here, some people in my chats and my comments have said, you know, all you do is you just say what the newspaper says. Yeah, that's true, but unless you're paying for the Review Journal, you're not reading all the articles. They paywall you. So I pay for the Review Journal, and I like to give you some analysis on this. So persistent presence, what is it? It's Metro's attempt to get the Strip blanketed with officers who will not be doing anything crazy. We're not talking about stop and frisk type policies and procedures, but we are talking about just having them down there. And yes, they will stop and frisk. And yes, that's the third airplane that I've had since I started sitting here. The tourists are coming back to Las Vegas. And you probably wouldn't have noticed it if I didn't point it out. So why did I point it out? But Operation Persistent Presence is not, they were going to stop people that look like they should be stopped. Last month in September, without anybody knowing, at least I didn't know about it, they were actually on a mission to clear the Strip of all the things that people use to go boom, boom, you know, again, innuendo, PG-13 YouTube filter. They wanted to clear those out, and they did. They got like 55 of those things off the street last month, but the violence is still there. Now we got people that are using, you know, sharp things and that kind of stuff. And, you know, they go to Stabbyville on the Strip, though. And so they know that there's a problem. There have been so many incidents in the hotel casinos, in the resort corridor. Sheriff Lombardo has pointed out a few different facts. We'll get to what he says about the bad stuff happening, but it's interesting what he said. But they have noted that, you know, people getting hurt, people getting into fights on the Strip, it goes into social media, it gets into eventually the national media, and then people are flipping out and not willing to come to Vegas. And we can't tarnish the reputation of a city that's otherwise a very, very safe place to go on vacation. Seriously, you think it's bad here, go look at a list of the most dangerous places in the world, and your blood will boil and you will just get, your toes will curl. It's a lot worse in a lot of places. So it's still relatively safe here. So persistent presence means that Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, there's going to be a lot of police officers on the Strip. Now, there's already a lot on the Strip the last few weeks. So much so that one day I counted 44. That was the day right after 9/11. That was the weekend after, the day of 9/11, the weekend after 9/11. People blamed it on a Trump rally. People said that it was this or that. And the officers said, no, we're just putting a lot of officers on the Strip because we have had a lot of bad stuff happen. So there's going to be more of that right now. What Sheriff Lombardi, he is our sheriff for Las Vegas, said, though, which was very interesting, is he said the Strip is not the focus. It's not as bad as people think it is right now. He said the Strip has only seen a 1% increase over the entirety of Las Vegas in terms of bad stuff happening. But in that same article, there was a gentleman speaking that said that across the country, these incidents are going up across the country, and it's interpersonal, which I've said before, interpersonal conflicts. People know each other. Some guy owes somebody else money, and right now, especially where there's not a lot of people that are doing as well as they did last year, you're going to go to your friend and say, hey man, I need to get paid. Things get heated, things get escalated, and all of a sudden you have an issue between two people, interpersonal. Property crime is a bad one right now. That's going up as well, and we have a chart right here that I can show you as I'm talking to give you an idea of what's up. and what's down. The dark red or the darker colors, those are the ones that are up this year. And you can see there's some instances where actually last year was worse off than this year, but it is a problem on the strip. So this means that you're going to have a lot more officers out there. They're not going to be, again, stopping and frisking and stuff like that, but it's fascinating to look at those numbers, I think, and to see that only 1% increase on the strip. So why are they doing this only on the weekends? That's the question. Well, that's when the weekend warriors come into town. And Nevada is a very small state. We only have 3 million people in the state of Nevada. There's almost close to 40 million people in California. If you're watching me from Canada or another place, I just want to put that into perspective for just a moment. The entire population of the whole entire country of Canada, the second largest landmass by country in the entire world, is 38 or 39 million people, last time I checked. California, a very small state, has that many more people living in a very small spot, and they all get out on the weekends and they come to Vegas. And some of the bad people come to Vegas as well. On the strip also, you have locals who are coming out and doing bad things, but they're going to come out on the weekend because their bad things are deals that involve bad people. And when the people come from California in general and they drag in the bad ones with them, then you're going to have a mishmash of people that are from here and people that are from out of town coming in and doing the bad stuff. And that's what we're looking to try to stem. Now, if they do this and they realize that, okay, the incidents are also on the weekdays, then that's an issue too. They'll probably blanket the strip on weekdays. All I know is that, during the shutdown, they actually laid off 150 or so voluntary, or not voluntary, but part-time officers that were quasi on the payroll type of folks. And that before all this, you used to have voluntary Metro people walking around. They were older folks. They were people that just wanted to get out and get their walk, and they were tough enough to just oversee the strip. They wouldn't be stopping anybody. They wouldn't be trying to shake down the bad guys or anything crazy like that, but they would be walking the strip and they would report things. Now, the way it works in Vegas is very, very interesting. We have our central watch command for the strip. It goes down from Mandalay Bay all the way up to the Sahara, and it goes over to Paradise Road, which is on the east, and it goes over to Industrial, which is on the west. So it forms a box, a rectangle around the strip, and the casinos all link into that watch command. So if a casino sees something, they have immediate response with the same radio system that Metro is going to be using. They can hear what Metro is hearing, and Metro can hear what they're hearing. So it's not difficult for the casinos to call in somebody, but the casinos have cameras, you might be saying. Shouldn't that stop people? Not really. It doesn't stop people. People that want to commit, acts of, bad stuff are going to be the people that don't really care about the cameras, especially when you're in the heat of the moment. You're not looking around, you're going, is there a camera on me? You're just looking and you're focused in on that person who's doing the bad stuff to you, or you're aggressor, or you are the aggressor, and you're going to commit that act. It doesn't really matter what camera is watching over you. You're just going to do it. And then the cameras basically get a picture of somebody doing a bad thing, but if that person runs away, then that person will never be caught. The idea here is that you could only run 2 ways on the strip, okay? You can only run 2 ways. Well, you can run 4 ways. You can run north, east, south, west. And never eat shredded wheat, for those of you that never do. Never eat shredded wheat. Anyways, you can only run those 4 directions, but you're going to run south or north on the strip for the most part to get away. You can't run into the casinos. That would be a problem. The major cross streets, if you're not near one, you're not going to run into the east or to the west. So their idea is that by putting officers all over the strip, you're going to bump into them when you're trying to get away from a bad thing. They're going to catch you, and that's what I hope does happen, because this city is still relatively a safe place. It is really a great place to visit if you're okay with coming in. You don't have any pre-existing conditions and you're not going home to a person that might get sick. We have to be sensible for that kind of stuff too. So if you are coming here and you see a lot of police officers when you're here, don't be put off, don't be worried, don't be freaked out. Just know that they're here to keep people safe. They're not going to be asking you where you're going or what you're doing unless you look like you're up to no good. And if you're up to no good, we'd all prefer that you just stayed home, right? Right. And so Operation Persistent Presence. Let's see how it all goes. Let's see that we get the city safer where it belongs and make you have a great time when you come here. And that's the thoughts on that operation today. And once again, my name is Steven. I am not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. I hope you would like, share, subscribe to the videos. Leave us a comment below what you think of Operation Persistent Presence. If you guys want to support the channel, get one for Election Day. Again, the turnaround is about a week to 10 days right now. You'll be getting them in the mail. That's very patriotic. They go around the back of your head. They have a bead on the back, so you're not gonna worry about it falling off your face. You can just do that. Heck, you can do that. Nobody sees it. Whatever. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, do all that fun stuff. It costs you $0 to do those actions. Now's the time of the video where I say 3, 2, 1, click. Are you ready? So we get close to the camera. That's how we do it. And we say 3, 2, 1, and click.